This is video number 87 for bass students, and in this video you are going to learn number 142 in your book, so be open to page 35. You're also going to learn what a theme and variation is. Okay, now if you look right above the little, above 142 in the shaded box, it kind of gives you a description of what theme and variation is, but here's the basics of it. You take a kind of a simple song, and that is your stated theme, and usually it has a fairly simple melody, simple rhythms. And then you take that simple song and you change it up. You might change the rhythm. You might change the time signature even. You might do it in 3/4 time instead of 4/4 time. That changes things a little bit. You might change the key signature or something like that. You might play it slow and sad. I'm going to give you some examples. So here's Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Like the theme. That's the main statement of that. Now I can do that with like the pepperoni pizza rhythm. Or that could be a variation, and here could be another variation. Something else you can do is you can take, for a variation, you can take a happy song and make it sad. And we don't really know how to do that. Here's an oversimplification right now, okay? We've been learning major keys. When a composer wants to write something happy, they tend to write major keys. If they want something sad, they tend to write them in minor keys. Now we will learn about minor keys towards the end of book 2, and they're really kind of a fun thing because you can take a lot of these songs and make them sad. So I'm going to take, Mozart melody was, or Twinkle, Little Star, whatever, was D major. I'm going to play it in D minor now. It's going to make it sad. I'm going to play it slow too. It's going to make it sad. This could be another variation on Mozart melody. And you'll learn how to do that. It's kind of a cool thing to do. Like I said, to take all those little nursery rhyme, little happy songs and make them all sad. Kind of a fun thing to do. Now, what this variation does, what this theme and variation does, is it sort of is skip to my loop. Not really. I kind of simplified it so they could then, remember I told you the theme is typically a very simple melody and a simple rhythm. And then you change it up and make it more interesting and just play it a different way each time. Okay, shadow bow from the beginning. Now let me just warn you, this is a little bit trickier for bass than it is for any of the other instruments, and it has to do with how you have to shift. So make sure you're following the shifts. Sometimes one of the times it has you play the A in first position, and there's another place it has you play the A with 4th finger in 3rd position on the D string, like you did with Ode to Joy, okay? So a couple of times it does that, and you do 1st and 3rd position. There's no 2nd position in this. But remember, you're going to have C naturals. All right? So 1 finger in 3rd position for C natural. Don't do that. All right? Shadow bow. 1, 2. We'll go kind of slow. Like I said, it's kind of hard for bass. 1, 2, shadow bow, go. Now shift to 3rd here. Back to 1st. Now this A is going to be in 3rd position. Get that? Okay, shadow bow that much again. Okay, we're just going to do the theme, which is the first 8 measures, but right now, let's do the first 4. Shadow bow again, but we're going to try to go on this time. 1, 2, shadow bow beginning. Now shift to 3rd, back to 1st. Now you're going to shift to 3rd on the D string, shift up. Now 1st finger on the G string, back to 1st position. Shift up to 3rd. Now you're going to go over, shift down. Okay, now before we try playing this, I want you just to do the fingerings of measure 3 and 4. So it's going to go A, F sharp, then this A is going to be up here, and then C. Okay, so do that with me. This is measure 3 and 4, and go A, F sharp, shift on the D string, A, now C on the G string, 4 to 1. Try that again, and go A, F sharp, shift up, A, now over. Okay, now try playing that, okay? Try playing measure 3 and 4. Echo me. A, F sharp. Then you're going to shift up and go over. Go. A, F sharp. Get ready to shift to third, shift up to third. A, now C. Now, if you haven't gotten that yet, you might want to pause the video because there's another one that's a little bit tricky. Okay, I'm telling you, it's harder for bass. It's going to take you a little bit longer to learn. So pause and get those 2 measures. Okay. Now I want to do measure 1 and 2 of the second line. Now, if you look at the end of the first line, you're in third position. You're going to stay in third position. Watch. This is the first note on the second line. 4th finger on the D string. That's how I'm playing that A. A, then C, A, C, shift, B, A, G, G, G. Okay? Watch that again. A, C, B, A. Now do that with me. Okay? 3rd position on the D string, 4th finger down. And go. A, C, shift, B, A, G, G, G. Let's try playing that now. Echo me. 4th finger in 3rd position on the D string. Echo me. Then shift. And go. A, C, shift, B, A, G, G, G. Again, if you haven't gotten that yet, pause the video, because what we're going to do now is we're going to try to play the first 8 measures, okay? Pause and practice. Join me when you're ready. Here's the beginning. And 1, just the theme only. 1, 2, beginning, and go. And shift to 3rd. Back to 1st now. This A is in 1st position. Now you're going to shift up. Now go over the G string. Back to 1st. Just like the beginning. Shift to 3rd. Now go over. A, then C, shift B, A, G, 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 off. Now, that one might take you some time. Do not try to go on until you can play the first 8 measures, because the variation is the same thing. Once you get the first 8 measures, variation is going to be so easy for you, because all you're going to do now is the run-pony rhythm. That's it. Okay? When you're ready, pause the video, practice first 8 measures. When you're ready, join me on the variation. This would, it's where it says variation 1 in your book. 2nd line, 3rd measure. Okay, shadow bow. The shifts are going to be the same. Okay, shadow bow as they were in the theme. 1, 2, variation, shadow bow. G, G, sorry, G, 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 B. Now shift up. Back to 1st. Same shift up to on the D string. Now over. Back to 1st. Just like the beginning. Shift up, and go over. Okay, at this point, I would suggest you pause and practice the variation 1. Again, if you really messed up, you probably aren't doing the theme very well yet. Because once you can do the theme, the variation's easy. The hardest part about this is the weird shifts, okay? But please do all those shifts the way it is. It's good for you, and it really is the best fingering to do. Okay, let's play the variation now, assuming you're ready. If not, pause and get ready. And 1, 2, play with me, and go. Shift up, back to 1st. Get ready to shift up on the D string. And go over. Back to 1st, just like the beginning. Shift to 3rd. Now go over. Off. Okay? So what you should do now, once you can play those separately, you really should play from beginning to end. I'm not going to do that in this video. It's a little bit redundant, and the video is going to get really long. But once you can play those individually, play from beginning to end, you do not stop before variation 1. You just keep going. You might notice that at the very end, there's not actually the final bar there. You know how the final bar has that double bar? It has like, it's heavier. It's like bolded, right? Notice it's not like that. Do you see right below it says variation 2, make up your own. So it's assuming you're going to keep going. So the song's not really over yet. If you want to make up your own, great. I'm not going to make you make up your own. But I do want to point out the double bar. Well, it's a double bar, but it's not a final bar. There's a difference. The final bar, the 2nd bar line, is dark. The double bar is just separating the sections of the song. That's all it's doing. You don't pause, you don't do anything different. It's just separate. The 2 bar lines are just separating it into a new section. The song is not over. It's just a new portion of the song. That's all. So again, try to play beginning to end now, all 16 measures without stopping.